Hey guys! So today we are finally doing the Q&A video. Yay! Alright, so first of all, I just want to thank all of you who submitted your questions and who interact with me regularly on my channel. It means a lot to me. I love your comments and talking to you and getting to know you and answering questions. So now it's time for me to share a little bit more about myself in areas requested by you. So let's just jump into it. The first question is, how did you discover OmniJournaling? And do you like it best? So I discovered OmniJournaling. I had heard of the term, but I never really looked into it. So I figured out what it was through a woman named Burgess Taylor, and her YouTube channel is also Burgess Taylor. She does a lot of OmniJournaling videos on her channel, as well as a lot of novel writing videos. She uses her OmniJournal as like a bullet journal, and she does like a Hobonichi style draw her day and her to-do list, and it's really cool. I'll leave her linked below, or maybe here if I can in a card to go check her out. And basically, for those of you that don't know, OmniJournaling, Omni means one, so it's just everything in one journal. So it's not really a new concept, and it's not a journal that you can buy. It's a way of journaling, if that makes sense. And do you like it best? I would definitely say it's up there in my favorite styles. I love being able to see everything in one place chronologically, so I love seeing my drawings, what I'm writing about, what I'm doing, all those things, documented photos in chronological order in one place, so I can kind of see how they coincided with each other, because I'm really into how things evolve, especially our lives and journals and stuff. So for that reason, I think it is my favorite. The only con I find really is that when I'm sharing my journal with you guys, I have to create tip-ins and stuff for personal journaling. Not that I don't like doing that. I love that it adds interest to my journal. But if I want to have a long heart vomit session of several pages, it's a little harder to hide that within the journal. So that would be the only con. I also like that style because I get really bored with journals, so I like being able to fill up an entire journal in 1 or 2 months, and sometimes after like a month and a half I'm already bored of the insert or whatever it may be, because I do use Traveler's Notebooks. So for that reason, I would say it's not the best, because I don't think I've found the best way yet, but it's definitely up there. What do you do for a living? So currently I am a cleaner, self-employed cleaner. I clean houses for a living, and I also have a hotel that I work at. It's very busy during the summer, but it's about once a week during the winter, so those houses that I clean periodically really help with that. How did you get into crafting? So for those of you that don't know, I live with my aunt and my grandmother, and when I was little, my aunt got me into crafting. When I was like a tiny kid, she used to do art projects with me and stuff, and she always bought me supplies. When I was little, she was really into stamping, so we went to this stamp store, and we would hang out there with the lady and make projects and stuff. So she's kind of got me into crafting. What is your favorite color? Okay, so after this, the person put, haha, I already know, because for those of you who are frequent visitors of my channel or subscribers, you know that my favorite color is teal. But I also have another favorite color, which happens to be black. Although some people say it's the absence of color, but I love black. It goes with everything. It's super elegant. Most of my clothes are black. It's just very clean and classy. So I love black. What's your favorite food? Okay, so if we're talking about like food that grows out of the ground, it's hands down strawberries. I love strawberries. Not the gas gross ones you get at the grocery store, but the nice, juicy strawberry tasting ones you get during strawberry season. So if I was on a desert island and could only eat one thing, it would definitely be strawberries. If we're talking about favorite like made food, that's harder. I kind of have 3, so I adore bruschetta. Bruschetta is like, so good. I love pizza. Everyone loves pizza. My favorites would be like garlic and spinach or Hawaiian pizza. I love Hawaiian pizza. And then I love my family's version of lasagna, which is like a cream cheese sauce instead of ricotta. And then you put garlic and spinach in it. And it's just so good. Okay, so enough about food. I'm getting hungry now. The next question, it says you were a super busy person. How many jobs / types of work do you do? So, right now I actually technically only have one type of job, is the cleaning. But I do help take care of my grandmother, which I think is, even though I don't get paid for it, it's a job in itself. And they help me out by letting me live here while I'm between colleges and stuff. So I consider that a job because it takes up part of my time. Not that I don't like doing it, but yeah. And then I consider, even though I don't make any money off YouTube yet, I can treat it like my job because it would be awesome if it could be my job. So I try to keep a consistent 3 videos a week for you guys. So that would be currently, when I was in school, I had a lot more on my plate. I was working like 3 different tutor jobs. I was a research lab assistant. I was on Student Senate. I did all these other things. So actually I'm less busy now than I was then, but I still am a fairly busy person. Are you going to, or do you have any future plans to go back to school for any other subjects, classes, graduate studies? So the answer is yes. I am planning on going back to grad school. Originally, my plan was to be a criminal profiler, which I would have gotten a forensic psychology degree for, but it's kind of like a niche field where it's not very common, and a lot of the times people just do it as a hobby on the side, and then they get, if they're lucky, hired for a specific job, and a lot of it's pro bono work. So I decided to keep that as a future hobby if I wanted, and I'm going to pursue a degree in art therapy. But I also want to take some graduate classes on food, like eating disorders and nutrition-based things and stuff. So I won't be doing that this year because I still have to pick a school and do my GRE tests. So it'll probably be next spring or so before that happens. But, so yes. Have you always documented your life, and if so, for how long? So yes, I've always documented my life. I think my first journal entry was from when I was like 5 or 6, and it was about my dog passing away. So, when I was little, I used to have those diaries with like the lock and key that when you grow older, you find out that those locks and keys are on all the same journals, and you can really just pop it open with a bobby pin. But for those of you that don't know, I'm an early 90s child, so yeah. But in high school, my aunt bought me and my friend matching journals, and we would go hang out with our friends, and then we would come back and sit down together and like document like word for word like what we did. Like we walked there, and then we did this with this person, and this person said that, and I think it was just more of a fun activity to do together. I definitely don't do that style now, but I think it would be fun to pull them out and look through them because we had like color-coded names for our different friends and stuff. So I did that, and then I kind of fell off the wagon in my senior year of high school. I had some personal things going on, and then my freshman year of college, I kind of like forgot how to journal, if that even like, it's not something you can, I don't know, I just fell out of practice with it. And then I met a friend in college who was also into journals, and we used to journal together my sophomore year in college. And then, of course, here we are now, 1 year after I've been graduated, and full-blown into it. So, yes, I have always done it. So pretty much my whole life since I was 6. Have you ever had short hair? Yes. My mother was very rough when she brushed my hair when I was little, and I didn't want her to brush it because it hurt. So she decided she would chop my hair off. So when I was little, I had really short hair after having really long hair, and it like devastated me. So I never wanted to cut it. And then once I went to the hairdresser in high school, and she like chopped it up here, even though I just asked her to take a few inches off. So those are really the only 2 times I've ever had short hair. But it's definitely not my first choice. I think maybe someday I'll be like super bold and like just have a tiny bit of hair on my head or something, like a short haircut, but not right now. I know you live with your aunt. Does she love to craft too? So I kind of already talked about that, but yes, she doesn't have as much time to do it as I do because she watches my grandmother a lot more. But our kind of crafty time together is like we go out shopping to Michael's or something together and buy supplies, and then we make things separately and share them with each other. So that's kind of our thing. And she watches my videos. If you ever see Lady Slipper in the comments, that's her. You can say hello to her. I don't know if she'll kill me for saying that, but I said it anyway. And what inspires you? So this is a tough question, and I know everyone says that, but I'm going to try my best to list as many things as I can, but I probably won't be able to encompass everything, obviously. So, I get really inspired by other people sharing how they journal and the different ways that they journal. So I love seeing the different types of journals people keep and the evolution of their systems. So I love like kind of not so much setup videos, because a lot of the times setup videos are like, this is what I planned to do, but not what I actually did. But I love flip throughs. Doesn't everybody, right? I find those super inspiring. And like what I used in blah blah year for journals, I find those really inspiring. I get really inspired by colors and products. So like I love getting like new distress stains or new types of paints and mediums. I'm really a medium person. I love working with different mediums and colors. I find that really inspiring. I'm not so much inspired by like perfect projects, because then I try too hard to be perfect and that takes away the fun of it. So I've really found I'm really just inspired by other people's creativity and their process more than their products, if that makes sense, and different types of colors and stuff. I mean, I just like anybody, I have Instagram that I scroll through and stuff, but it's more of just, ooh, that's pretty. It's not really, it keeps me in the creative flow, but it doesn't exactly inspire my work, if that makes sense. And for those of you that don't know, in the description bar, if you click the description bar down, I usually have, so at the top it's the description of the video, then it's anything that I mentioned in the video, then it's my Instagram link, and at the very bottom there's a list of my current favorite YouTubers. I try to update it as frequently as I can. They're in no specific order whatsoever. But if you ever need looking for some new YouTubers to watch or some inspiration, I would definitely check that. And the list does change periodically, obviously, because I find new YouTubers or I fall off the bandwagon with other ones. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this Q&A. If you're like, oh no, I missed it and I didn't get to submit my question, you can submit questions, or comments obviously, but questions below this video and I will save them up for a future Q&A. If you are interested in that. I know I've had a lot of new subscribers lately, so they might not have got to put their input in. Yeah, don't forget to give me a big ol' thumbs up if you liked this video. And subscribe if you haven't already. Down there. Somewhere. Yep. And I will catch you guys in my next one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.